Hi everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell, of course. Help support this channel. Day 681 has just finished for Hex, the 13th of October 2021. So pretty cool. We're going to check out some of the cool stats. Of course, we've got the hexdailystats.com here, and we're going to go through this pretty awesome site. And let's get the latest. And I'll give you my insights, some of these numbers as we go. So we've got the price that snapshot after 24 hours at 36.4 cents. Now this is interesting, a bit of price taking here at the moment. We've seen 4 days of a reduced price there, from all the way from 42.9, and we've had 4 days in a row where the price has gone down. That is in line with a lot of the stakes coming out over the next 2 months, though that no surprises there. Also the gap between the testnet, of course, and the go live for PulseChain. So not really much surprises. A few weak hands, paper hands, a few proper takers, and of course we've seen them get burned before when Hex goes back on the moon. So very risky stuff, taking profits. A lot of people that sold at 1 cent got heavily burned as well. So just take care out there. All right, so return ROI is basically 6459. Remember, that's compared to about the 5th of January 2020, the lowest price. Payout per Tshare 5.74, looking good. A Tshare price $66,913. So obviously easy to get a Tshare now. You're wanting to pick up those Tshares to get this Tshare payout, then best to do that. Now remember, we're going to have a look at a few things that are going to come up to give you some insights about what's going to happen with the staking rewards in the future. So we'll have a quick look at that. Of the Tshare rate, of course, this is how many Hex you need per Tshare. 18,960, almost 19,000 Hex required for 1 Tshare for a 2-day stake. So interesting, up 9.2 for the day. Pretty interesting. Now, the last huge day that increased, of course, was big payday back on the 19th of November, and boy, was it pretty big. I think it was about 4,800 Hex or something like that on that day. Pretty amazing. Average stake length, 5.75 years, looking good. And this is a critical date for staking rewards. Those who are staked after this point, of course, will start to get even more rewards. It'll be getting even harder, and people that are staking will get less. So really is quite a pivotal period. Obviously, this average is time moves in time, but huge. If people stake longer than that, they'll definitely be doing well. 60 APY rate is 36.83. Which is about right. That's about 10% of 3.69% per annum. So very cool. And we know that the majority of Hex is in the Origin wallet, even with the sacrifice to PulseChain. Let's move along here to some of the liquidity aspects. 97.2 million Hex in liquidity. So that's what people can actually buy. So not much really when you compare it to the total supply, which is 635 million, or really the circulating supply, which is billion, which is Signum supply, which is really 572 billion. But we know most of that's in the Origin wallet. That's what people get confused. You look out on YouTube, folks. Be careful, people making comments that don't know how Hex works. The vast majority of this circulating supply is held by the Origin wallet, which helps give a big market cap, has concentration of ownership, so helps as one of the fundamentals for Hex. All right, so we've got 93.2 million in there, and obviously with the price reducing, that goes up, right? Liquidity pool down to 30, just below 31 million in USDC, and just over 1,000 ETH on the ETH side. Remember, with the pool has moved in favor of being a stable coin, so about 87% of Hex is in USDC. So pretty impressive, and that's going to give it a lot more stability, meaning the only underlying demand for Hex is going to increase the price, and that can come from 2 forms really: more wallets, which we're seeing, and also big whale hands, big investors, that sort of thing. All right, so total value locked 22.94 billion, total market cap 208 billion. So that's really quite a cool figure, down from 219 from the previous day, of course, but nothing to worry about. Tshare 76.38 billion. It's a Tshare market cap, and we know we've got 11 million Tshares. And this number here, at some point, it's going to rise probably a little bit as we get more adoption, and then it will start to decrease. And so if you've got Tshares in the future, particularly past that mean period, this period over here, 5.75, then you will be becoming very special and get some huge rewards. It's going to be, for those who've got diamond hands, will get well rewarded from the volume that they'll receive. Change in T-shares 900 up today, so it's up as well. Total supply 635 billion, as we said. Minted inflation 10 point, just under 10.9 million Axien minted for the day. Not too bad. Remember, even though it's 3.69% inflation, only a certain amount of gets minted because a lot of people are staked long. So a lot of that won't show up until well into the future. Circulating supply 572 billion. Change in circulating supply 6.5 million up there. So just up a tad there. Stake supply 62.9 billion. This is a really important figure, of course. Change in stake to 4.4 million. So that's up. That's really cool. Look at that. The last 3 days, some nice gains in there in the staked amount. More people staking. Staked GA is 174 million, and the change in staked supply for GA 479,000. Now, this is the other key metric, of course. 9.9% of all coins are staked. So remember, the inflation is 3.69 per year. So 10% of that approximately would be 36%, which is what we actually see as well. So I just think I've passed that already. Where we see that there, it's back up here. There we are, 36.83%. So pretty cool on that. Let's have a look here. So that's made up of 63.5 million in payout of X. That goes to the stakers, of course. And penalties, almost 400,000 in penalties, a bit better than yesterday. Obviously, that's the special thing. You get penalties on top of the interest, so pretty nice. Total holders 367.9 thousand. Now this is looking great, this figure, and just continue to climb over half, 556 yesterday. So pretty awesome stuff. Now, if you annualize this number, of course, if you just take the current number 556 times 365 days, then that's going to give you 200,000 new holders just based on that number. Obviously, it'd be lower if you're based on 489, but it'd be super high if you're based on 612. But I'm expecting this number to really rocket when the fork gets announced. People will be wanting to get on board. So that's pretty much it. Current stakers 67,000. Change current stakers 207. Total stakers, however, 82,577, change in 213, and the current holders are 259 to 98. All right, so the current holders is 259. Really cool measure there. So liking this growth, just continuing to grow, and as long as you're growing, you're in the going in the right direction. Very cool. So that's the daily results for day 681. Very nice. All right, so hopefully that was some cool comments there. Let's go to the price and check that out on nomics.com, and of course here's the Hex on nomics.com. Hex at 34.5 cents, down 10%. Now there was just a recent sell-off just before this live stream, sorry, this recording, and down 10%. A couple of weekends, of course, selling down there. Doesn't take a lot. Remember, the liquidity is thin, so that's just the way it works. And the market cap down at 197 in real time, 36 million in daily volume. All right, very cool. And let's quickly jump over to the Tshare charts. Look great to get a visual, of course. We can see a lot of the similar figures that we've just been through on the daily page, but in the Uniswap pools, we can see the breakdown even further. The version 2, 37 million Hex, and 43 million in version 3, and you can see that was it 88.2% is in stable coins, and the rest of it is in ETH and the other two trading pairs on Uniswap. So very cool on that. Now here's the cool chart. Of course, we love this chart. We've got Tshare in yellow and Hex price in white. And you can see the Tshare just keeps going up and to the right. Very cool. Obviously, it has its dips as well, particularly at the moment as the price is down. Remember, the share rate keeps going up, and so the Tshare price is based on the share rate and the price of Hex. So those two components influence the share rate. Obviously, it's down at the moment, just down to 6,600 in real time because the Hex price is down. But the share rate still goes up, so share price is down. So if we look at the share rate, of course, which is just below, and we at these components, we see that it's just up and to the right, and it means it's going to get more expensive on average over time in the price of a Tshare. So pretty cool. Payout to Tshare looking pretty good there. You can see the line there, pretty stable. No big penalties there, and stake accounts continue to rise, a little bit flat at the moment, but continue to rise on average there at the moment. So pretty cool on that. And let's quickly jump over to the Hex.vision. I love this page as well. We can see that stakes just tallied off a little bit in the stakes, but from previously. But you can see that this is a 12-hourly here, so you can see that the stakes are still actually uptaking a bit here at the moment. So that's quite nice to see. Let's scroll all the way down to my favorite chart. And this is the one to watch, and obviously you've got these last big candles. We're almost through this, folks. Almost through this. These last big candles will be expiring, and a lot of this here is some of this will actually be what's selling off in the market most likely. We just have to get through this, as I said. But the good thing, of course, we've got PulseChain coming up. This is October and November, and then December is getting a real back into much more reasonable candles. Still reasonable, large, but not like these two. The last two big candles. And once we're through these, it should be a pretty cool ahead. So I'm expecting, obviously, a bit of a tapering at the moment, especially as PulseChain due in probably mid-December. And so might get a little bit of weekends, but expecting quite a bit of this stuff to restake throughout the rest of the profile in the next 15 years. You can see we've got a big gap in year 2031 through to 2035. This is a big place that will start to get filled up by people wanting to have get the stakes. And as I said, if you get past the mean year in the 5 years, say 2026, something like that, you will then start to get really cool rewards, because you'll have cheaper T-shares than everyone else getting in the future. So people in here will start getting huge volumes on their stakes. It's going to be pretty interesting. They'll become sort of that elite class. So even people that are on smaller, maybe you're a tinkering turtle or even smaller, you could end up being much bigger in the future, squid, dolphin, something like that. So interesting stuff to play the long game, and that's what really Hex is about. So very interesting stuff happening here. These 2 months, once they're gone, will be far less likely that there'll be a lot of volume sitting on the market. And so Hex price for 2022 looks really good. And of course, a few weekends will regret selling in here. Better for them probably to restake and get the huge APY. You can't get that in the bank, 0.5% in the bank, something like that. So pretty epic stuff there by comparison. All right, so that's really cool on that. So hope you've enjoyed that. This is hex.com, of course, looking good. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. Lots more coming down the pipeline as well. So I look forward to that. Take care now. I look forward to your comments in the chat, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.